Welcome back, students. Our YouTube channel Chem Origin. This is Dr. Satish, Department of Chemistry, RGUKT Srikakulam. Students, we already in module 1 video we discussed about the third A group elements, introduction of third A group elements, electronic configuration and physical properties of third A group elements like ionization energy, atomic radius, ionic radius, density, melting point, boiling point, flame coloration. So the different physical properties are already I discussed in the module 1 video. In along with physical properties, we also discuss about chemical properties of third A group elements, how the third A group elements reaction with air, reaction with acids, bases, and reaction with halogens. We already discussed briefly along with few examples. Okay, students, in this module 2 video, I covered anomalous properties of boron and boron hydrides, how many types of boron hydrides and boron compounds, how what are the physical properties of boron and chemical properties of boron, boron hydrides, preparation methods of diboron in the module 2 video. Dear students, you should stay in home, take hygiene food, you become very strong physically as well as mentally. This is the very valuable time. You do not neglect your academic studies, and also along with the academic studies you should read very good books, and it will become very mentally strongness. Okay, I hope you enjoyed my previous module 1 video. We can go into the module 2 video. And dear students, I request you, please share this link to other students also, other class students, other institute students, if they are interested. Anomalous properties of boron. In third A group elements, boron have some abnormal properties or anomalous behavior when compared with the other third A group elements, aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium. Why boron behaves some different than other elements in the same group? We can see what are the reasons boron behaves, or boron can exist different properties when compared with the other elements present in the third A group. The first one is boron has no d orbitals in its valency shell. Already in the first module video, we discussed briefly the electronic configuration of third A group elements. We can see one time. In the electronic configuration slide, see here in the electronic configuration, boron electronic configuration, it has only 1s, 2s and 2p levels only. Whereas in case of element aluminium, it has 3d0. Here 3d orbital is there. Here we are not showing here, but 3d0 is present in third energy level. Whereas in gallium 4d, indium, thallium, in these elements there is a possibility of d orbitals are available. Whereas in case of boron, boron does not have any d orbitals. So it is one of the reason boron has to show some special properties other than the elements aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium, which does not show the properties. And next, sorry, and boron has only 2 electrons in its penultimate shell. So just now we saw that electronic configuration. The electronic configuration of boron is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p1. The electronic configuration of boron is, we already know, 1s2, 2s2 and 2p1. So in here that penultimate shell 1s2, it has only 2 electrons in its penultimate shell. Whereas if you see other element, for example, if you take aluminium, the electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s2 and 3p1. See, in the penultimate shell of aluminum, there are 8 electrons, 2s and 2p6. Similarly, the other elements in the third group, gallium, indium and thallium, these penultimate shell electrons are more than 2. Therefore, boron can show an anomalous properties when compared with the other elements in the third group. And already this point we discussed, boron is a non-metal, and boron is a non-metal, whereas aluminum is a amphoteric nature, because depend upon the conditions, aluminum acts as a metal nature, and sometimes it also acts as a non-metal, like non-metal behavior also show aluminum, whereas the other three third A group elements, what are the remaining, gallium and indium and thallium, which shows metallic nature. Hence boron always has a non-metallic nature. And next one, non-ionic compounds are formed. Already we saw boron does not show any +1 or +3 oxidation state, because it always forms a covalent compounds. Boron does not form any ionic compound, because due to its smaller size and higher ionization energy, boron always form covalent compounds only. Whereas yesterday in the last video, module 1 video, aluminum can show +3 oxidation state, aluminum shows +3 oxidation state, and other elements in the third group, those are gallium, other elements in the third group, gallium, indium and indium and thallium, which shows both, these are shows both +1 and +3 oxidation state, whereas boron does not form any ionic compounds. Hence boron always forms covalent compounds only, it does not form any ionic compounds. And next, boron having diagonal relationship with silicon. Silicon is a 4th A group element or 14th group element. Here we already discussing about this topic. Boron is a 3rd A group element. Even though it is a 3rd group element, there is a relation between boron and silicon in some of the properties. Some of the properties are similar with the silicon of boron. Some of boron properties are very identical with the silicon, even though silicon is a 14th group element and boron is a 3rd group element. And third group element, this silicon is a 14th group and it is in the third period, whereas boron is in second period. So this type of relation, the second period element in the previous group has the same properties with the next group in the next period element, is known as a diagonal relationship. This diagonal relationship, already we also familiar with this word diagonal relationship. This is the same thing in the previous semester. In P1 Sem1 we already discussed in classification of elements. There we detailedly learn about the diagonal relationship. Already you have an idea about the diagonal relationship. Hence boron having a diagonal relationship with the silicon. Chemically, boron is not highly reactive. Boron is not chemically highly reactive at room temperature, at moderate temperatures, whereas other elements have a tendency to react with other elements even at room temperature and sometimes at moderate temperature. Hence boron is not that much chemically reactive like aluminum and other elements, and it does not produces and it does not releases any hydrogens. See, in the last video, module 1 video, we already explained this, and it is here. See, boron does not react with acids and alkalis. So boron having no reaction with both acids as well as, boron has no reaction with acid as well as bases. Whereas see, aluminum react with acid and liberates H2. Aluminum react with base and releases H2. But boron does not react with any acid and base and does not releases any hydrogen. But the other elements in the third A group react with acids or bases and forms and or releases hydrogen gas. Hence boron is chemically not reactive like other elements in the third group. Similarly, B2O3, boron trioxide, it is formed by the reaction of boron with oxygen. B2O3, boron trioxide. Boron trioxide is an acidic oxide similar to silicon dioxide. Already in the last point, boron is having a diagonal relationship with silicon. So silicon dioxide is acidic nature. Similar to that, B2O3 is a acidic oxide. In the module 1 video, the same point we already discussed. B2O3 is having acidic nature, hence it reacts with base. See here in the chemical properties we already discussed this point. B2O3 is having acidic nature, hence it reacts with NaOH. Whereas aluminum and gallium oxides are having amphoteric nature, it reacts with both acids as well as bases. And other elements also, other oxides, indium trioxide, thallium trioxides are having basic nature, but boron trioxide is having an acidic oxide or acidic nature. And the next point is hydroxide of boron is acidic nature. See, generally hydroxides of elements are generally having basic nature. For example, if you see first A group elements, sodium hydroxide, first A group metals hydroxides, lithium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, we already know sodium hydroxide, similarly potassium hydroxide and lithium hydroxide, all these are acts as a basic nature, but here the BOH thrice hydroxide of boron is a acidic nature. See how interesting it is. The hydroxide of aluminum is having amphoteric nature, and the hydroxides of other third A group elements are having that basic nature, but BOH thrice hydroxide of boron is acidic nature. This BOH3 is known as a orthoboric acid. In the name itself it is known as a orthoboric acid. So about this orthoboric acid we can discuss detailedly in the coming slide. Boron forms covalent hydrides. Boron can form covalent hydrides. Boron is a if you see boron can react with the hydrogen and forms hydrides. Boron in its first excited state, its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s1 and 2p1. These three unpaired electrons can share with the hydrogen atom and forms a covalent bond, whereas aluminum also react with the hydrogen and forms allenes, AlH3, and these allenes are the bonds are having ionic nature, and these can polymerize to form a large type of skeleton, and these allenes and in this state these are in solid state, whereas the boron hydrides are in gaseous state. And the other elements in the third A group, those are gallium, indium and thallium. These third A group elements does not react with hydrogen because of these are with a larger atomic size when compared with the hydrogen, and that hydrogen is very small nucleus and does not does not form any covalent bond or ionic bond with the gallium, indium and thallium. Hence boron can form only hydrides and can form only covalent hydrides, whereas aluminum form ionic hydrides with hydrogen. Next, the halides of boron are readily hydrolyzed. See, boron halides BCl3 and BBr3, boron tribromide and boron triiodide. So these halides can react with the water and forms corresponding hydroxides, but except boron trifluoride, BF3 does not hydrolyze. See, because in hydrolysis it should react with the water molecule. In water molecule, when compared with the oxygen, fluorine is highly electronegative. We already know the highest electronegative element in the periodic table, fluorine is the highest electronegative element, highest electronegative element, whereas oxygen is the oxygen it is the second highest electronegative element. Hence, on hydrolysis, BF3 does not involve in hydrolysis and does not form any hydroxide, whereas the halides of other halides of boron, boron trichloride or boron tribromide or boron triiodide, can hydrolyze to form corresponding hydroxide. The halides of other elements, aluminium, gallium and thallium, does not hydrolyzed or sometimes maybe partially hydrolyzed, but boron halides are can readily hydrolyze with water molecule. Boron has a maximum covalency is 4, means boron can form maximum 4 bonds only. Because of not availability of the vacant d orbitals, it does not form more than 4 bonds. But other elements in the third A group, other elements, aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium, they can form maximum covalency up to 6, means each these elements has a tendency to form maximum 6 bonds, but boron does not form more than 4 bonds due to non availability of vacant d orbitals. But in case of aluminium, there is a vacant d orbital is available. In case of gallium, indium and thallium, there is a vacant f orbitals as well as d orbitals are available in its penultimate shells. So there is a tendency to expand their valency more than 4, but boron does not expand its valency more than 4. Hence boron always maximum 4 bonds only formed. Borates can polymerize, forming polyacids. Borates of borates, see here orthoboric acid is there na? This orthoboric acid react with another molecule, another number of molecules of orthoboric acids, they can polymerize and form a chain type of very big polymeric structure. But hydroxides of other third A group elements, aluminium hydroxide, gallium hydroxide, indium hydroxide, cannot polymerize like borates. But other third A group elements cannot polymerize, but borates polymerize to form a polyacids, very big chain type of molecule, maybe chain type of molecule should be formed. Hence borates are polymerized, but other hydroxides of other third A group elements cannot polymerize. Next, physical properties of boron. In the physical properties, before going to see the physical properties of boron, generally boron is available in two forms. One is amorphous boron and the other one is crystalline boron. Amorphous boron and crystalline boron. See how we prepare this amorphous boron and crystalline boron. Amorphous boron can be prepared by reducing the B2O3 boron trioxide. It is formed by the reaction of boron with oxygen, reaction with air. So boron reacts with oxygen and forms B2O3. This boron trioxide is reduced using magnesium metal at higher temperature only. At higher temperature, if we treat boron trioxide with magnesium metal, it participates in undergoes reduction and forms the corresponding amorphous boron. And crystalline boron is formed by the crystalline boron. This crystalline boron is formed by the boron trioxide is reacts with the aluminium metal. This is the next element in the third A group after the boron. So boron trioxide react with the aluminium metal, we are getting a crystalline boron. In crystalline state, boron metal is polymerized to form a giant polymeric type of molecule. Giant polymeric structure is existed. Giant polymeric structure form in crystalline state, whereas in amorphous state it has a powder type, it does not have any polymeric type of structure. Means in the giant polymeric structure, each boron atom is bonded with other boron atoms and form a strong bond between the boron and it is not easily breakable. Chemical properties of boron. This is a very important concept. very important in our mid semester and end semester point of view. Chemical properties of boron are very important. These reactions may be sometimes they are asking, or write the chemical properties of boron. In this manner the questions may be asked by the examiner. See, we can see what are the chemical properties of boron. Generally boron is chemically not that much reactive like other third A group elements, but at higher temperature and harsh conditions boron participate in chemical reactions. For example, action of air and oxygen. Boron how to react with oxygen and nitrogen. Generally at room temperature or at moderate temperatures, boron does not react with the oxygen and nitrogen, but at high temperature around at 975 Kelvin, boron reacts with the oxygen and nitrogen, forms corresponding products. If boron react with the oxygen and form the corresponding boron trioxide. If boron reacts with the nitrogen, forms boron nitride. In generally, in the previous slide we already discussed, generally boron is available in two forms. One is in amorphous form and other is in crystalline form. Generally crystalline boron does not react with the oxygen and nitrogen, because in crystalline formation, the already I explained, the bond between the boron is very strong and it forms a giant polymeric structure. It does not react with the oxygen. Only the amorphous boron only react with the oxygen and nitrogen and gives the corresponding oxides and nitrides. Because in amorphous form it readily reacts with oxygen or readily reacts with nitrogen and gives the corresponding products. Only amorphous boron only participate in reaction, not the crystalline boron. Only amorphous boron only participate in reaction. Amorphous boron, not the crystalline boron. Similarly, aluminium also in its amorphous form only it participate in reactions. In pure metallic state what happen? For example, if you see in pure metallic state aluminium, in this case the surface of the aluminium react with the oxygen and forms a aluminium oxide layer around the aluminium metal. So the outer surface layer only reacts with the oxygen and forms a aluminium oxide, and this aluminium oxide layer acts as a protective layer. The inner part of the aluminium does not irradiated or does not influenced by the oxygen and does not participate in the reaction with oxygen or nitrogen. Hence aluminium, the pure aluminium metallic state also does not suitable for reaction with the oxygen like boron. Therefore boron in amorphous form only react with the oxygen and nitrogen. And the next chemical property, action with acid. Already I explained in the previous slides, boron does not react with both acids and bases at room temperature or at moderate temperature, but under extremely abnormal conditions, means at higher temperature and concentrated acids, concentrated HNO3 or CnCH2SO4, see very high concentration HNO3, nitric acid, H2SO4, sulfuric acid. Generally boron react with the nitric acid and react with the H2SO4, it forms H3BO3. This is nothing but our orthoboric acid. This you can write as a BOH thrice, orthoboric acid. This is nothing but our orthoboric acid. Very important students, please remember this one. Generally boron react with concentrated nitric acid or sulfuric acid at hot conditions. Under high temperature conditions it forms orthoboric acid. Boron react with nitric acid HNO3, H3BO3, orthoboric acid. Similarly boron react with sulfuric acid and it forms orthoboric acid. This formula is H3BO3 or BOH thrice. It is known as a orthoboric acid. About orthoboric acid detailedly we can learn in the coming slides. H2SO4, students, already we discussed in our class. H2SO4 is also known as a king of chemicals because its usage is very high. Its usage is very high when compared with the other chemical materials in our daily life. Hence, generally, H2SO4 is also known as a king of chemicals. King of chemicals. And the next chemical property, action with caustic alkali. Boron reacts with the caustic alkali. Already we are very familiar with the word caustic soda. Caustic soda. What is caustic soda? Students, NaOH. Sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is also known as a caustic soda. Boron is reacts with the caustic alkali, means the basic nature containing caustic bases, and it forms a borates. Boron react with borates. Boron react with caustic alkali and produce borates, and it evolves a hydrogen gas. Generally, boron does not react with alkali at room temperature and moderate temperatures, whereas other third A group elements, aluminium, gallium, indium, these are react with acids and bases and evolves the gas. This already we discussed in the earlier videos. So boron under extreme conditions only reacts with alkali and produce borates and evolves hydrogen gas. And we can go for the next slide and other chemical properties of boron. Again, boron also acts as a reducing agent. It replaces carbon and silicon from CO2 and SiO2. When you treated the boron with carbon dioxide, it replaces carbon and it will settle there and releases the free carbon. Similarly, boron react with SiO2, silicon dioxide. Already we discussed this point. Boron having diagonal relationship with silicon. It is a fourth A group element. So, in silicon dioxide react with boron, it replaces silicon from silicon dioxide and it forms B2O3. B2O3, boron trioxide, B2O3. In this manner, boron acts as a reducing agent and produces boron trioxide. If it replaces carbon from CO2, releases carbon, and it replaces silicon from SiO2 and it produces silicon. Hence, here it replaces carbon and silicon from their oxides. Hence, it is known as a reducing agent because it oxidizes and it reduces the carbon. Here it reduces the silicon. Hence, it is known as a reducing agent. Boron acts as a reducing agent. It replaces carbon from carbon dioxide and silicon from silicon dioxide. And its next chemical property, action with other non-metals. Already we see this point. Generally, boron reacts with halogens like chlorine, bromine, and iodine. So it reacts with chlorine, bromine, and iodine, forms the corresponding halides, boron halides, boron trihalides. So non-metals like chlorine, bromine, and iodine react with the boron and forms the corresponding trihalides. Similarly, it also reacts with the nitrogen. Nitrogen already we saw in the earlier slide. It reacts with nitrogen and forms corresponding nitrides. And also it reacts with the carbon and forms carbides, boron carbides, boron carbides. In this manner, boron reacts with non-metals like halogens or nitrogen and carbon and it forms the corresponding products. Next, action with metals. Action with metals. Action with metals. Boron react with metals like magnesium and beryllium. So boron also reacts with the metals, forms corresponding metallic borides. Corresponding metallic borides. Boron reacts with metals and forms corresponding metallic borides. These metallic borides are readily hydrolyzed to form corresponding boron hydrides. This is the one of the example for the preparation method for the preparation of boron hydrides. Boron hydrides. Metallic borides are on hydrolysis and forms corresponding boron hydrides. Boron hydrides. In this manner, these are the sum of chemical properties of boron. Boron reacts with metals, forms metallic borides. These Next very important topic is boron hydrates. This is very important, students. So very thoroughly you can have the preparation about this boron hydrates. We can see what are the boron hydrates. Based on the molecular formula, boron hydrates are classified into two types: boranes and hydroboranes. If the molecular formula is BnHn plus 4, these are boranes. If the molecular formula is BnHn plus 6, these are known as a hydroboranes. Hydroboranes. Boron hydrides are classified into two types: boranes and hydroboranes. If the molecular formula is BnHn plus 4, these are known as a boranes. If the molecular formula is BnHn plus 6, these are known as hydroboranes. Hydroboranes. So what are these? We can see. Boranes. If the general formula is BnHn plus 6, if n equals to, suppose if we take if n equals to 2, the molecular formula becomes B2H6. B2H6 is a diborane. Students, this is very important. We can in the next coming slide we are discuss about this diborane, preparation of diborane and that structure of the diborane. This is very important, students. You can very thoroughly read about this diborane. Very important. Diborane, very important, students. You can concentrate on this concept. Okay, so suppose if I take n equals to 5, the molecular formula becomes B5H9. Suppose if I take n equals to 6, and the molecular formula becomes B6H10, it is known as a hexaborane. B5H9, it is known as a pentaborane. If I take n equals to 8, B8H12, octaborane. If I take n equals to 10, it becomes B10H14, decaborane. In this manner, BnHn plus 4 formula corresponds to borane. Similarly, if you see hydroboranes, if the molecular formula is BnHn plus 6, in this case, these are known as hydroboranes. Suppose if I take n equals to 4, and it becomes tetraborane, B4H10, tetraborane. If I take n equals to 5 and the formula becomes B5H11, it is known as a pentaborane, B5H11, it is known as a pentaborane. And if I take n equals to 6 and the formula becomes B6H12, hexaborane, hexaborane. In this manner, boron hydrates are two types: boranes and hydroboranes. Based on their molecular formula, we can generally classify it into boranes and hydroboranes. Next, students, already I told you diborane is a very important. In this slide we learn how to we prepare the diborane. The formula is diborane. The formula of diborane is B2H6 diborane. The diborane, we can generally we used boron halides and sodium borohydrate for the preparation of diborane. In the first example, if you treat boron trifluoride BF3, if you treat with lithium aluminum hydride at higher temperature, it gives our corresponding diborane B2H6. Diborane is formed by the treatment of boron trifluoride with lithium aluminum hydride. Its name is lithium aluminum hydride. Similarly, suppose if you treat sodium borohydride, it is a lithium 1A group metal, sodium 1A group metal, lithium aluminum hydride, sodium borohydride, lithium with aluminum, here sodium with boron. See how very interestingly, very attractively boron reacts with the 1A group metal lithium and having aluminum, lithium aluminum hydride gives diborane. Similarly, sodium borohydride, it is also a 1A group metal and it is connected with boron. Sodium borohydride is treated with the iodine and forms our corresponding desired diborane. Here what happened, sodium is oxidized, means we already know the definition of oxidation and reduction. Here in the sodium borohydride we remove hydrogen from sodium borohydride, hence here sodium is oxidized. Sodium borohydride is oxidized to sodium iodide and H2 gas is liberated. And next example, again we use in third example the same starting material, boron trifluoride. In the first example also our starting material is boron trifluoride. In the third example also we use boron trifluoride. If we treat this boron trifluoride with sodium hydride, boron trifluoride is treated with sodium hydride at 450 Kelvin. At around 450 kelvins it forms diborane, B2H6 diborane, and it liberates sodium fluoride. In the next example, again we use another boron halide, BCl3. Boron trichloride is treated with H2 gas and passed through electric discharge. Under electric discharge, it gives our corresponding diborane, B2H6. And in the next example, again we use the same starting material, sodium borohydride. In the second example also we use sodium borohydride. In this here also we use sodium borohydride as a starting material for the preparation of B2H6. If we treat sodium borohydroxide with sulfuric acid, king of chemicals, and it forms diborane and evolves H2 gas and it produces a product Na2O4 is also known as a salt cake. Na2SO4 is also known as a salt cake. So in this manner, these are the different methods we can prepare industrially as well as in laboratory scale. The diborane we can prepare very efficiently and effectively. So these are some of the methods for the preparation of diborane, students. So in this module 2 video, I hope you are enjoying this session. In the module 2 video, this video we learn from anomalous properties of boron, physical properties of boron, chemical properties of boron, how it reacts with oxygen, nitrogen, and how it reacts with acids HNO3, H2SO4, and with caustic alkali, how it reacts with how it acts as a reducing agent. It replaces carbon from CO2 and silicon from silicon dioxide, and it reaction with non-metals and metals. And again we also saw what are boron hydrides and how many types are there. There are 2 types of boron hydrides. Based upon their general formula we can easily classify boron hydrides into boranes and hydroboranes. And these are the 5 examples for the preparation of diboranes. Students, very important. Preparation of diborane is very important in the mid-exam semester point of view and end semester point of view, and in sometimes in the competitive exams like our MSET, IITG, in AIEEE, there these reactions directly asking how they are asking. They give the reaction in this manner: 4BF3 plus 4LiH4 gives rise to, they put here question mark, and in this manner this is very important. After this third A group elements concept, we conduct a online assignment exam in Google Classroom. I hope you enjoy this session.